What's going on, everybody? Ryder Bain here. Doing a longer form video for the channel because I haven't done one in a little bit. And actually wanted to talk about why I even started powerlifting. What even got me into this stupid hobby that is taking over part of my life. And I'm not necessarily mad about that. But so you got to go back to many, many moons ago. I played soccer most of my life. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Still love the game, love the pitch. It gave a lot to me, and I'm very appreciative of that. Played in high school, played in college, played for many years after that, and thoroughly enjoyed at a high level. And then into Sunday kickabout leagues, and again thoroughly enjoyed it. Always loved the game. In college, though, I started lifting weights, partially for sport, partially for the look. As any 18-year-old guy, you want to be a little bigger, a little stronger, get a couple extra looks from the girls or guys, whomsoever you are trying to attract, or both, porking those does. And I got pretty big pretty quick. I think it was a nice combination of, minimal stress in my life. I'm 18 years old, so my test is through the roof. I was training with guys that trained hard and strong and big and fast. And so, put on a bunch of size, bunch of mass, and enjoyed that. And by the time I was a senior in college, I was 225 and 5'8", so this little meat bowling ball running around the pitch, and continued that all through my 20s and 30s, and sometimes different goals, but always I wanted to be strong. I loved being strong, and I love being strong. And I was at the YMCA in Des Plaines where I lived at that time, and this creepy Russian guy saw me, and Greg observed my squat. I was doing sets of 8 or 10 with 4 plates. Couldn't tell you if it was to depth. I'm sure the technique was not great because he tweaked a couple things immediately, but he saw some potential and basically bullied me into doing a meet that early in the next year happened to fall on my birthday. It was my 32nd birthday, I believe it was, 2014. So I thought that was kind of a sign, so I decided to sign up for the meet. Learned a bunch of stuff over that weekend, like, bring a singlet to a meet. Didn't even know that. So, which was pretty funny. But I remember distinctly going and weighing in and walking into the gym where the meet was being held and seeing just something I'd never observed before in sport, even though I had seen powerlifting in some things on YouTube or, as that was kind of early on. And I'd seen powerlifting, but really didn't understand, what it was. I had seen a monolift in a video, didn't know what it was. Now I saw one in action, still didn't know what it was. And I remember seeing a guy had 950, 1,000 pounds in the bar. I'm to this day 90+% sure that it was Corey Akers. Looking back on the meet results, he was one of the few guys who took a 1,000-pound attempt that would have fit the bill for the description I give of who it was. So pretty sure it was Corey. But guy goes down or picks the weight, starts going down. I hear all these different things: back, open, push, like cues that I'm not used to hearing in any type of lifting arena. Also didn't understand what equipped lifting was or multiply. Found out later that's what was going on. But again, saw the weight on the bar, thought it was dope. Still do. And when he got the up call, I just remember his face exploding. There's blood everywhere, and comes up, and it's pouring down his face, and judge calls rack, and 2 white lights, and everybody goes crazy. And I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, this is what I want to do in my spare time. And so I dedicated a lot of my time to that. And I was introduced to great people through the sport, people that have changed my life, changed how I view the world, and have ultimately poured into my life tremendously. I've also had some heartbreak in the game for a variety of reasons. But it's led me to where I'm at today, where, I've been able to compete now at a pretty high level for the last, 12 years, 13 almost. Coming up on, so 2026, so it will be 14 years that I've been training and competing, basically. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been fun. It's been a great ride, and been able to pass on things I've learned and try different types of lifting when it comes to single ply, multiply, wraps, and raw, and tested, untested, and it's been a great ride. It's been super fun. Been able to accomplish some cool things. Best squats 1151, best bench is 611, best deadlift 711 in competition, because the only time it counts. I'll continue to post, a bunch of that stuff and post a bunch of my training, through the page. But that was what got me in. I got bullied into doing the meet, did my first meet, fell in love with it, and continued to be around the sport and just fell in love with the people and the camaraderie, and continue to observe that there are still great people in the sport. There's great meet directors. There's also terrible human beings that get involved in it, because it is a outlying sport, it attracts outliers, and outliers are unique in some way, shape, and form. So, but that said, some of the best friends I have in my life are because of people I've met here in powerlifting, and so I'm forever grateful for that. And now passing on to the next generation with my kids doing it, and being able to help young people do this. So that's why I started powerlifting. That's why I continue to do it, because I believe strength is for everybody, and putting a barbell in more people's hand is, to me, one of the coolest goals there could ever be. So appreciate you checking out the page, and we'll see y'all soon.